Laughing, and I showed her that, and she's like, "You're such an idiot," and I'm just laughing my ass off.
Dude, I don't blame you. I find myself laughing uncontrollably for like a dog video or a dog doing something stupid.
You can hear this little girl crying after the dad's beating up all the kids, and then the camera pans to her, and she's all, and you see this Nerf sword coming in. It's pretty funny.
I showed it to my daughter. And she freaking just died laughing.
Check the comments below for the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe.
So how's everyone doing?
Alive.
Well,
Everyone's still alive. Let's lead us in, and then we'll chew the rag, man. We'll chew the cloth. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master, Brian, welcoming you to another episode 48 of our Dragons Demand run through. No, 49. That's right, 49 of our Dragons Demand run through. And with me, the Hard Slingers.
yeah.
You guys got me so flustered that I don't even know if I could. I didn't even really write anything. Like, usually for an intro, I had episode 49.
Didn't prepare at all.
What are you going to? And then I just stopped. There was nothing left to write because I have no idea. I still feel like we're in episode 48, the annex version of it. So last episode, because I have to give a rundown for the listeners because it's still in the ether, or more probably for you guys. You guys left Hunclay's Manor, went and saw the Baroness, and there was a bit of a dispute as to who should pick up the tab for Flint's burial. And Stubby, being who you are, and your disdain for royalty, immediately set yourself upon her, putting a blade to her throat and pretty much maneuvering her to agree to that. And I don't know, you guys have anything that you want to add? Because now you guys are out of the house. She agreed to it, and by the way, she mentioned an auction in 2 days, and she asked Warren if he would be there to kind of lend assistance and kind of be her bodyguard, and that she would basically perk you 7,500 gold pieces towards anything that you wanted to buy at the auction. But there were supposed to be a lot of really important individuals coming from all over Galarian to partake in this auction, and you know, because she believes that Hunkley had some very interesting items for sale, items which you guys had cataloged and said, yeah, the manor's clear. Go ahead, send your clerks in there.
I kind of wanted to jump on this and just say I have some in-game thoughts and I have some out-of-game thoughts as far as money. That's something that I thought we could explore a little bit tonight, if that's cool.
Yeah, what do you want? Why don't you guys? I'm going to sit back for a little bit because you guys are now on the porch of the Baroness's manor. The door's closed, and that's where you guys stand. You see the sunset house where Flint's body is at, and you know that Belhaim's waiting for you. It's still pretty early in the morning right now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that, Dempsey, you did a wonderful job of knocking out Mathesic and broke his jaw and left him in the house for them to take care of. I'm sure that won't come back.
I don't think we should be standing out here with this big bag of gold.
No. Let's go back to the inn. Or well, let's go back to the inn. Let's secure our items as quickly as we can, and then I feel like we should go to pay our respects to Flint.
Stubby, I admire your compassion to Flint's funeral arrangements. Did you draw blood to Baroness?
Not yet.
Oh.
I don't know if this was such a good idea, Stabby. I mean, she's the most powerful woman in town. You pick a fight with the lady. I don't say I know your motivations, but just to go after her like that, you surprise me.
That's my job, is to be surprising. I did not like the way that she was treating Flint's memory. I had a very simple request that she pay for his burial And I didn't like her holier than thou condescending attitude. We were doing her bidding regardless of a business arrangement. We lost a companion, a friend.
How long did you work with Mr. Flint?
Since the beginning of our time that we rolled into Belhaim. But however, I came to grow quite fond of Flint in the short time that we've been together, or were together, I should say, sadly.
I too was fond of Flint's steadfastness. He was certainly reliable. But here we are. Let's go get this taken care of as I gesture to the coin pouch. Or coin bag, sack, backpack, chest, whatever it is.
Unless it's a bag of holding.
Right.
Where are we headed? Because there's talk of some sort of cave, or what's the next big move?
We got to get rid of this gold. We can't be carrying this stuff around. We have to secure this gold, and more importantly, we need to figure out how we're going to divvy it up. Valadir has been with us only a short time. We all need to decide whether his contributions thus far require payment.
Maybe Valadier can hold Flint's share. Okay, so this is my thought. Sure. This is out of character, and this is gonna makes me look like a dick, but this is still a game, right? And it's still a resource management game. So I know that I have character reasons that I need money, and he's got a family on the other side, and back in Almas that he wants to be sending money to. But every gold that I send to my family, that's less healing potions that are gonna keep my ass alive. So it's such a tricky thing. It's like, can I just send flavor gold to Flint's burial? Can I buy him flavor flowers? Like, you want to do that, but I got in trouble with not trouble, but it was like a situation in a Shadowrun game where I was like, I want to give the NPCs money, and the GM was like, why? They're not real people. It's not going to affect anything.
Oh God.
So it's that, yeah.
This is my take on that. That would be like going into, say, Timex General Store and taking a bunch of stuff from him, but not paying for it. Because it's just an NPC who owns a business. It doesn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. I would agree with your first thought, where you would have paid the NPC, just as if you would bribe a guard to get you past a gate, or you would pay for the burial of a comrade who died, or you would tithe to a temple that he belonged to, or something. There would be other reasons why you would give gold pieces or any type of monetary aspects to these NPCs. Whether or not that, everybody runs their games a little different. Some people probably think that you don't need to pay the NPCs, but I think that to enrich in the world we play in, that you would give them the money if you thought that it was necessary to do so, or to send money back to their family. I see what you're saying, but like, to send money back to Flint's family, there's nothing wrong with that, if that's really what somebody would do, and that would be in character. Just like as a paladin, you would have to pray every morning. Just like a cleric, you'd pray for your spells. You don't want to like hand wave everything, because then it doesn't have any type of weight behind the game. So
that's a good point with the paladin. I played in campaigns where the paladins are like, well, we're too righteous to take anything, and the people are like, here, it's a magic item that you might need later, and they're like, well, as a paladin, why would I need that? And it's like, because you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed if you don't have this.
Correct.
And I'm looking at the guy that played Flint right here, and it's like, am I gonna withhold the gold because in the game it's not the same character? Like, that just seems cheap. And it's like,
well, so the original four were each offered, what was the total a piece? $12.50 each?
Yes, $12.50.
$12.50 each. So now the three of you got the $12.50, and if you wanted to, say, give 500 out of that to Valadier, and then take the rest and send off the Flint's family, then that would just be money that you would take off the top and deduct it, and somewhere down the line you would find a way to give it to him, or set it aside where it wouldn't be used as liquid coin for you guys. Unless you felt it was necessary to continue.
It's in the kitty.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you guys were against the wall and you really needed some influx of gold right away, then I could see that Flint's family would probably understand if they never knew he had it to begin with. You know, it's relying on your own alignment. And what alignment do you skew? Stibby would probably think, yeah, we'll send it to him right into the pocket, you know. I'll get it to him when I get a chance, you know, but it may be different for Dempsey, who came from a broken, you know, a really hard home that every silver piece meant something, you know, because you won it with blood and sweat. So he might have a higher standard, a higher moral ground to be on. And we still have yet to see what Valadir's like. And Warren has his own resources. Who knows how many gold pieces he has stashed in that ring of his.
Well, Valadir, how do you feel about it? I mean, this is like your money in a way.
I don't care, and I'm fine. You pay honor and respect to your friend. I was merely with you guys for a short time.
Well, be that as it may, you still provided valuable assistance, even if you were little more than a distraction. But
okay, twist my arm. I'll take the whole thing. Just kidding.
All 5,000.
All $5 of it. No. Leave it for Flint. I know he was your comrade.
Well, I do appreciate that. I do think you deserve at least a portion of it, and I'm sure Flint would agree were he able to comment on this.
Perhaps buy me first round of healing potion.
I don't think you lasted the first round with Dempsey.
Well, that's why I need multiple rounds of healing potions. I'll stay out of Dempsey's way.
Okay, at this point, let's assume we're back at the inn in our rooms.
No, let's not.
No? Okay.
Let's assume you're going in that direction. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before you guys journey towards that way?
Yeah, you see Dempsey's got his, hood down, entering town. He's kind of like just shadow boxing as we're walking. And he's like, I'll apologize again. I'm not used to fighting next to other people. Every time I've been in a fight like this before, it's always been me by myself. So if I accidentally hit somebody, it wasn't going to be a problem. It was somebody that needed to hit the ground. And I apologize. I do get a little berserker when I get in there.
It's okay. We, how do they say in Belhaim? It's water under bridge. Perhaps I got a little excited and ran into the fight quickly.
Is anybody following us at all as we're walking? Quick look over the shoulder.
Make a perception check if you'd like.
That's a natural one. So I stabbed my eye.
Always
do I punch Valadir or Warren? Which one?
Damn it, I told you I'm not walking next to you.
He spun around real quick.
Okay. And speaking of water under the bridge, you guys do cross over that bridge that's of old quarry road because you're trying to make your way back to the inn. And that eventually puts you onto Canticler Road. And as you guys start walking, you pass by some of the residential areas, the Dajian livery on your left, and then you see Bacchus's smithy on your right.
Is the smithy open?
It is open, and you can hear the hammers falling. And did you ever go to the smith, or no?
I spoke to him last time. He told me I did a good job punching Methesdic.
That's right. So as you're looking over there, you see Bacchus. He's talking to what appears to be another half-orc. And you see his other 4 half-orcs still swinging hammers and fixing leather and whatnot. And you see this one individual half-orc who's talking to him. He's inquiring about something, but from your distance, you really can't tell what he's asking, what he's saying.
What does this half-orc look like? I see him from the back.
He's got a shaved head, got some scarring. You see as he's gesturing around with his hands, you see that his knuckles just look really brazened. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever done any Makiwara training where you really beef up your hands, make them ready to strike. Yeah.
I think Dempsey kind of touches. You see like a tattoo down his neck, and he like looks. Does the guy have the same tattoo?
It's very similar to the exact same tattoo you have on your neck. And you must have seen somebody come new into town. I mean, I've been chasing this guy forever. He keeps dodging me everywhere I go. And you hear Bacchus is just, no, man. I'm sorry. My business is my own. I keep to myself. If you want me to make you a sword, I can make you a sword. Other than that, just boogie on out of here. I ain't got time for. And as he's looking past the guys, you know what? He grabs the other half orc by the shoulder. He's like, I bet I could sell you something good. Take a look at these swords. And he kind of brings him away from Canticleer Road and keeps his back to the four of you as he starts showing him things. And he kind of looks over at the road and gives you guys the head shake to like, make yourself scarce. This guy's looking for somebody. I don't know if it's you or not, but
I think for the first time you really do see Dempsey looking uneasy, and he's like, yeah, let's go to the inn. Let's keep moving, huh?
And you hear these two still start haggling, and the other half orc actually starts taking an interest in what Bacchus is showing him. After a while, their talking begins to get a little more subdued and further away as you guys make your way to the Wise Piper Inn.
Now that is a true merchant.
Inside, you see there appears to be a lot more people down in the dining room area. A lot more hustle and bustle. You see Talia, see the four of you, and welcome back, friends. How have you been?
Well, fine, thank you. Could we have, and I'll put a gold piece on like the bar as we walk by, or whatever table would be closest to her. We have some business to discuss in a room. Could we have some food and drink brought up shortly?
Now, which room would that be in? You two were in room 201, and the other two were in 202, but he's gone. And then your new friend here, this tall, strapping young man, had taken room 203. So which room would you like me to serve these refreshments in?
Oh, we'll be in 201. Thank you.
Very well. They'll be up shortly.
I'll leave the door just barely cracked open. Put down the or who's got the gold? I think Dempsey does. The sack, the mountain.
Yeah. I think when you guys get upstairs, he's already like in his room packing his stuff, just moving. He's like, "We gotta go."
Dempsey. Dempsey.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Grabs his stuff and he's like, "What are we talking about?"
Well, first off, let's make sure that Valadar gets at least some compensation. Valadar, you were an aid to us at the end. If nobody else has any objections, I look at Stabby and Dempsey. I do think anything less than 250 gold is an insult.
I'm in agreement with 250 gold. Seems fair for his contribution to this point. Where do we for Flint's portion? I don't think any of us know his family. Perhaps his temple.
Yes, I think handing it off to his temple is perhaps the best way to go. Do we even know where Flint hailed from?
Warren, he mentioned a temple in some of our early conversations, but I honestly I don't recall what the name of the temple was and where it was located.
A lot of times they wear the symbols of their order. If you look at their clothes, you can tell where they're from.
I was going to suggest that we respectfully go through his possessions.
Yes, provided he might have something on him still useful to you.
You ever heard of a Rolodex?
Heard of a hand of dicks, but
Yeah. Is all of his stuff at the, I want to say apothecary, but wherever the body is, or is that stuff still here?
House of the Rising.
that stuff would still be there.
Yeah.
I mean, his body, you guys took him straight out of Hunkley's Manor and just said, handle it, But his other personal effects would still be in the room. I forgot who he was boarded up with, though.
I think he was boarded with the ranger.
Oh, he who shall not be named.
So he was boarded up with him, and then I think Dempsey may have taken over.
He's like, I found this stuff under the bed.
Well, Dempsey had his own room.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that would be room 202 then.
So it really is up underneath my bed.
Dempsey, you seem uneasy.
203, man.
There's somebody here that I don't wish to see. I've come a long way running from this guy.
Half-orc, perhaps? You seemed, your demeanor seemed to have changed once we went to the smithy.
Dempsey kind of like holds his eyes and he's like, I beat this man in a fight. It wasn't a fair fight. Now he wants to kill me. It's a really long story. He was supposed to fight my brother, but my brother got hurt. They put me in. I was only supposed to last until the 3rd round, but I saw the look on my father's face and I took him down. I got lucky. He got stupid and I won. I wasn't supposed to win that fight. Now he wants to kill me for honor. If I see him, it's going to be death.
Not if we can help. We could set trap.
Either way, I'm moving. I just want to get as strong as I can. I know I'm going to have to face him eventually.
Okay, well, for the time being, let's sort out the gold. Let us see if we can find the sign of the temple. Dempsey, I have the ability to make you leave here unseen. So for the moment, in the room here, you are safe. When we leave, we can, once on the outside, we can consider our options. But I do not think we are done with Belhaim as of yet.
You hear a knock at the door.
Yes.
Refreshments.
I'll come to the door, open, nod, take the tray. Thank you kindly. Appreciate you.
You see the young teenage boy turns around and leaves. Obviously a helper of Talia.
Yes. And I'll turn around, put the refreshments down, like take some. I'm assuming it's probably like a spread of like cold meat and cheese.
Yeah, just meat and cheese. And as you start pulling things off, you see that there's a folded piece of paper and it says Dempsey.
All right. I appreciate your help. I didn't think I'd run into any kind of allies out here.
Well, you have proven yourself an ally to us. Why should we do any less for you? So, Dempsey, there seems to be something here for you. And I'll very gingerly pick up like the thing from a corner so that Dempsey sees its name.
All right. He'll take it and he opens it and he's like, what's the Publishers Clearinghouse? What is it?
You open it up and it actually just shows like a crudely drawn picture of the town. You see that there's an X probably somewhere near the Sunset House, and it says noon. Just noon. No name, nothing else. That's all it says. Right now it's probably about 9 in the morning.
I say we get out of town before noon. There's no dishonor in it. I'm not trying to get murdered.
You think the 4 of us can not take this half-orc you speak of?
Let me tell you something.
Strike first?
In my city, Drosk is a gang leader. He's got 30 men under him. If he was by himself, it's just because everybody else was half drunk asleep. It won't be just him. This man does not fight even. I got lucky. He thought he was going to fight my brother, and when he heard that the fight was off, he went and got so blind drunk, and then they told him in the morning he had to fight. He was so hungover, I wouldn't say it was easy for me. This is a bad idea. I'm not the smartest person in this room, but I know how to fight, and sometimes the best way to fight is just to run.
The problem is that the fight will chase you.
I've already gotten stronger. If I can run long enough and get enough money, maybe I can pay him off to just make him leave. It's the only plan I have.
Dare I ask, how much do you think you would need to pay him off? Not saying that we'll do it, but the more information, the better.
I don't really have a number, so I'm just going to quote Dempsey names a sum. This is where Brian might jump in with something. Put a number on a paper. Oh.
You would probably want to jump in with maybe 2,000-3,000 GP. See whether or not he bites.
We got your back no matter what.
Look, just in theory, what would happen if we go to this and we're able to take out this individual quickly?
Dempsey, it sounds to me that I hear what Warren is saying is take him quickly. However, you seem a little spooked by this guy, that it may not be a fight that we can win.
Seeing this man do horrible things to people. When you're 11 years old running on the street and you see a 20-year-old beat someone literally to death, it does things to you.
I don't like bullies.
Are you saying if we kill this Drosk, that you will be on the run for the rest of your life, and very possibly the rest of us will have a mark upon our lives as well?
I think if he disappears, there's no more problem.
I don't like to run away. We either take a stand here now to ensure your safety going forward. All I would ask is that with my indiscretion, I shall call it, with the Baroness, that if I help you here, that perhaps you assist me with my little problem as well.
It's a deal.
You have my blade.
And your brother.
And my axe.
All right. He puts his hand out.
I take my little tiny halfling hand and rest it on yours.
Well, let's hope we can blow him up quickly, and Warren will put a hand out on top of Stabby's.
On 3, everyone.
It reminds me of that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy where they're all standing around, formulating the plan, and Rocket's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna make me put my hand in."
Well, since we have 2 hours and 45 minutes now until this, we should talk strategy. Now, Stabby, if I were to help you get a complete and total drop on someone, could you take someone out?
I can do that without your assistance, actually. Recall that I am skilled in surprise attacks.
Yes, but what if you had something that made it easier for you to do that? I can make you unseen.
Perhaps give me a little advantage in striking first?
I could
is my
create
thought.
distraction. I am quite a showman. While I do performance, you can sneak in.
Dempsey, does Drosk have any special skills that we should know of, or is he a straight up brawler?
He's just a fighter. He's tough as nails.
Use
I don't know
weapons?
Yeah. He may come with clubs. If he comes with clubs, we comes with clubs. He uses Uzis, we use Uzis. Sorry.
How about bazookas?
All I know is he's one of the strongest people I've ever seen. The orc side is definitely the dominant side in him.
Does he have any weaknesses that we should be aware of?
Made him bleed once. With enough preparation, maybe I can do it again. To my understanding, he's just a normal fighter. I don't know what tricks maybe up his sleeve. Are there places where wherever this X is, where like maybe Stabby could get up on a roof and just snipe?
Maybe the closest thing would be Odayale's Fur, which is number 24 on your map of the unit. But even then, that kind of looks like it'd be pretty far away from where he put the X. It almost looks like he put the X in front of the trees on Old Quarry Road.
So there would be cover there.
If he wanted to get up on that, he'd have to be up on the roof of that building.
Okay, well, but you said that it was going to be possibly near some trees.
Where the X is at. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the map, like a crudely drawn map with just a big X across it. It's not to be pinpointed directly into it as to like, yep, this is where it's at, because
Coordinates or anything like
yeah,
that.
you're not firing, bringing in a firing solution or anything.
I say we go get supplies and go early. Let's go find him before noon.
Yes, let's see. We can see if we can find him before noon, but he may be the least expecting to be ambushed by I gesture at Stabby, by a companion at the time of the showdown.
Gonna be a showdown, showdown.
So what do you guys want to do up until that point then?
I'd like some potions if we can. I'd like to go see that apothecary. Honestly, if we could go back to the smithy, maybe pick up a new shield, something like that, some armor.
Okay.
What about you guys?
Yeah, potions. Yeah. Yep, I agree. We should post haste. We're running out of time.
Just like starts putting all the crackers in his mouth really quickly. I got a carb load, man.
So tell me where you guys want to go first.
I think apothecary first.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys want to make your way to Zenmei's Tonics.
What number is that on
That would
our
be
map?
number 5. It's actually kitty corner from the Wise Piper Inn.
Dempsey just takes his cloak off. He's like, no reason to hide now.
That's right. Embrace it.
As you guys actually leave the Wise Piper Inn, you see Bacchus start moving towards you guys. He actually leaves the smithy and starts moving in your direction. And he's waving his hands. Hold on a second, guys. I want to tell you I did everything I can to keep your friend from finding out you were here, but it appears he's got other friends with him right now, and they've been scouring around. It's quite possibly that somebody at the Grey Hands Tavern could have gave you up, but I just want you to know it wasn't me. Look, I don't know much about this guy, but even I wouldn't fuck with him. I saw him heading out towards towards Hunclay's Manor over that way. You might want to go the other direction.
Did he buy anything while he was here?
No, he was already outfitted. Sorry, all the soot in the air. He was already outfitted with a sword and shit. His buddies came and got him, though.
How many of them were there?
There was like 5 or 6 of them.
I want to thank you.
I wouldn't fuck with this guy, though.
Do you mind if we get a look at your wares while we're here? I think we're gonna have to fuck with him.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you guys need. You guys have helped the town out plenty, and just tell me what you need. If it's available, take it.
What about your services, Bacchus? You, or is there anybody else in the town that may aid us in what we're about to embark upon with this half-orc?
Make a perception check while you're looking at this blacksmith.
Perception. That's going to be a 12.
Well, he doesn't look like he's in his prime. He's kind of got a pot belly. His arms, even though they're strong, they're very sinewy. It's possible he's probably past his prime.
Took an arrow to the knee.
Arrow to the knee. But yeah, maybe in my younger days I would have helped you guys out. I'm sorry, I'm not craven in any regard, but I came to Belhaim to retire, to get away from that kind of life, and I'm not really interested in seeking it back out. I don't mind plying my wares to help people, but my sunnier years are behind me. I'm sorry, gents.
Anybody else in town that may assist us?
It's hard to say. We're just a settlement here. We used to just make little shit here and there, and up until not too long ago, we were pulling limestone out of the quarry, and I mean that's all we did. That's why I settled in this quiet little hamlet here. It's tucked away. You know what I mean?
Well, if you think of anybody in the time being, you know who to tell.
No, I'm sorry, but like I said, boys, I just don't see anybody in here that's strong enough to give you guys the help you need.
Dempsey's gonna start looking around. Does he see any shields?
There's a couple of old beaten shields. Some of them are rusted, some have been recently sanded down and repeened to get all the dents out, and it looks like there's been some kind of like almost archaic type welding done to patch up holes in them.
Starts flipping through them like records. Yeah. Oh, Jimi Hendrix. Okay.
And it's a trade-off between ones that are wooden shields that are iron banded versus ones that are heavier, that are more complete.
Is there? Then this is just me, but is there a like a difference in that?
No, it's all flavor. It's all flavor.
Okay. Just whatever looks the best. He'll just look through and pulls out one. Maybe it's I imagine it's just a circle, like wooden, but with some iron banding. Probably no, I want to say brand, but that's not the name. And just this will do. And
yeah, and it definitely looks to be less beat up and reformed back into its original shape. It looks original, basically.
I'll take that. He cocks his fist and he's like, all right, I feel good. And then he'll take out the gold and pay Bacchus.
No. Like I said, it's on the house, boys.
Takes three
Whatever
more.
you need.
Bacchus, do you have any weapons that have magical properties?
No, I'm sorry. You'd have to check one of the temples for that. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't mess with that kind of stuff.
Well, we do appreciate your effort.
Oh, sure. Anything I can do for the boys,
Is there does he have a light crossbow amongst his wares?
Roll your D20.
Do I get just straight up D20?
Straight up D20.
10.
10?
Yep.
You see one that's kind of battered in the corner back there by some half staffs and some spears. You see it's just kind of been sitting in the dirt, basically collecting dust, probably forever. And it's a hand crossbow, not a full-size crossbow.
Yeah, light. Yeah, I'm a halfling.
Yeah, to you it's like a fucking...
And I would get toppled over with a full crossbow. Okay, I say thank you, Bacchus. I appreciate it, but I'll pass. Thank you.
MC reaches behind him and he pulls out something he hasn't used, and he has a light crossbow, and he's like, maybe this would be more to your fit, and he hands it to you. How's that feel?
Oh, this feels good in my hand.
Ooh.
Solid.
That's what she said, baby.
It's rigid.
Yes. It's very firm. If you look at the side in like italics, it says blue pill.
So I take Dempsey. Thank you very much for the light crossbow. And then my short bow that I have, I'm going to toss that over to Bacchus and said, here, perhaps somebody else will find this short bow useful.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like I said, if everything works out for you boys, and please come on back anytime. I'd like to buy you all a beer at the tavern.
You good with your rapier?
I will actually, with Bacchus watching, I will hold out my hand, and a little gout of flame then extends out and then reveals the rapier that Bacchus had made. Oh, I think I'll be fine, because I
don't remember imbuing it with that, but it's a nice addition. I like it. Good job.
Must have been drunk at the time.
I'd never get that drunk. I would have kept it.
But thank you, I'm good. I do think we should visit the potions, and if there's time, possibly the temple.
Before we leave, you see Dempsey just goes over to Bacchus and he like puts one hand on his bicep and he's like, "Thank you, friend. I appreciate what you did for us."
You know, when I looked in that motherfucker's eyes, I could tell that guy was a murderer. You know, we may be of the same race, but I can't help but think that at some time, at some point, he probably put a lot of my friends down. I don't know. I just got a real bad feeling about him. So if you can, please be sure to hurt him well for me.
I'm gonna do my best.
Bacchus, real great words of inspiration.
Then we kiss.
You gotta do what you gotta love what you do, Chief. So where would you like to go next?
I think we're gonna step over to the apothecary because it's just across the way.
Yep, at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys enter the building. Of course, the door hits a chime above it. Ding, 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 ding. And you see Zenmei come out. And he looks at the 4 of you. And he looks at you, Warren, and he rubs his hands. Tell me you've come back to sell me that ring. That's what you're here for, right?
No, I am not. I will tell you what. I will have a real conversation with you this evening about this ring, and we can decide whether it's something you actually still want to purchase. For the moment, though, we're in need of potions, ideally healing, although if you have some others, then I would, I know my friends would certainly appreciate seeing your inventory.
Well, you gotta remember, last time you were in, you basically bought out all my potions last time. It took me a while for me to concoct some more, and I managed to brew up 3 more, but it's gonna be a little while before I even have a chance of putting anything else together.
Know how this works? And he takes like a handful of gold. He's like, maybe you can look in the back.
Well, thank you. I'll take that handful of gold. I appreciate it.
And his hand's like right next to it. He's like, maybe you look in the back first. You have other potions?
I don't understand what your friend's excitement is about, but please assure him that there's nothing else in the back.
Well, then I guess we've wasted our time here, Zenmei.
Well, you have the 3 that I brewed up. Are they not?
Dempsey's like, am I doing this? Am I doing this wrong? Come on, Magic. Tell me, you know about money. I'm supposed to smart with smaller amount or something?
Do you, Zenmei, do you have potions aside from healing?
No, what do you... This isn't Magdabar, for crying out loud. What do you think we've got going on here? I mean...
I'm sorry. I was mistaken in thinking you were an accomplished apothecary. Obviously, you have simply mastered the basics.
Yesterday morning, you came through here and bought all my potions.
Actually, that was the day before yesterday, but...
Potato, potato. The thing is, what do you think I'm doing here all day? I have other people that are coming through the door and I'm handling it. And after work, I'm concocting these potions for people.
Look, Zenmei, I truly appreciate the fact that you are working hard. We simply came in and were hoping you had some additional supplies that we could purchase. You do not, so we won't waste any more of your time.
Maybe you could make something in the next hour or 2. You take build to order.
Tell me what you're looking for.
I'm thinking either something to make me big and strong, or something to make somebody not be able to hit me.
I can't make you any bigger, but I might be able to put something together that could make you a little stronger. But it doesn't last long, and it's going to leave you drained after you take it.
Let's do
Also,
it.
it's Viagra.
Blue pill. Nice. Call in a professional.
You tell me what you want to do.
I mean, if your erection lasts for 8 hours or longer.
I'll
call
take
Zen,
any
man.
help I can get. Yeah.
Okay, give me an hour. And like
Okay.
I said, you don't tell anybody I did this. And I don't want to hear any buyer's remorse.
And I think we should take the other 3 potions too.
No, we bought the
For
other
sure.
3 potions, but they also all got used in the Cobalt Caves.
No,
No, I
he's
mean the
got
ones that
3
he's
right
got.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
so-
got 3 right now. Oh, okay.
That's all you guys were saying.
Yeah.
You were leaving, and I was like, well, don't even take those then. And like,
Oh, no,
throwing
no,
a
no. Sorry, I
tussy.
thought he was referring.
Getting all
Didn't
about
he buy 3
pride.
before?
I'll take anything.
It's about pride.
So what?
No. I'm sorry. I thought he was basically saying that he had no healing potions because he sold us 3 before.
What are we looking at here for the potions?
100 GP apiece for those, and then what I'm gonna make for you, 500.
Damn, guy knows how to drive a bargain.
You asked me.
Mhm.
In fact, you pressured me into doing this for you.
Oh, hold
I haven't
on.
begun to pressure, but I'll pay your price. And he like at that he just like crumples the bell that's on the thing. You just see it like it's not even like recognizable as metal anymore. And he's like, if you
owe me
want
2
to hear
silver.
about pressure, I can teach you very well.
Zenmei, you seem uneasy that you would be making or you're asking us to be quiet about you making potions for us. Is there a particular reason why you don't want anybody to know?
Look, I just don't want to draw the wrong attention. I don't want the Baroness or any of the, or Sheriff Ben Hovey coming down on me for selling illicit drugs or anything like that. I don't want, I run a reputable business here, and I want to make sure it stays that way. I've got a consistent, repetitive clientele. They come to me for their balms and their ointments, for their arthritis and their back pains and their lack of performance at night. And I do well with that.
So he does sell Viagra. Got
So
it.
some of these people, they work in the field and toil all day. They want something to help alleviate the pain, maybe take their mind off whatever's going on.
CBD oil. That's it.
It's illegal around here, Nobody's.
They
It's
don't
not
have the
free, but
cards.
it's legal.
Uh,
But the whole thing is that I'm not interested in boosting sales through ruining people's lives.
To play the character like we were talking before, I think if it's gonna be a drug, Dempsey don't want to take it because he's been taught his whole life to like stay away from drinking and alcohol. So he's like, whoa, I want to win this fight, but I'm not selling my soul for it. I'll figure out another way. We'll just take these 3 potions. I'm sorry, unless one of you 3 want it.
No.
But Zenmei, we have, those of us standing here in the room have risked our lives to clear out Hunclay's manor and the kobolds from the quarry so that this town may live on. I'd like to.
Did you do that out of the kindness of your heart, or was it free that you did that?
I would like to make a persuasion check.
Sure.
And try to persuade him that if he doesn't play ball, we're more than happy to badmouth him around town.
Okay.
We'll have the bard sing songs about him.
Yeah, exactly. That's 17.
17. You see his eyes dart from left to right. So you really want to take it to that level. You would talk shit on me to all these other good people here in Belhaim because why? I wouldn't sell you a potion cheaper? Did you ever think that maybe I asked a lot of money for that potion because I just didn't want you to buy it? I mean, I know you, little half man, you've probably been downtrodden your whole life. You can't see over a sunflower plant and everything. People probably look down on you. But I see this young man who looks like he's done his best to crawl out of the gutter from which he came. And I like to see him stay out of that gutter. I'd like to not see him get mixed up on something that he may have to have again and again and again to the point where it just breaks him down. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll make that potion for you for 5 gold pieces. But I want to see you drink it right here. You tell me what you want to do. Hell, I'll make it for free. I'll do it while you wait.
I'm not drinking anything.
Look, you even said that the potion's effects are short-lived. It would not do us any good for him to drink it here when he will need it later.
Then I'll still make it for him, and you drink it when you want, young man. You look like a strapping young man. You don't think I haven't seen... You don't think that I haven't made these kind of potions for men just like you and women?
So
who wanted an edge in the gladiatorial pits on the battlefield?
Brian, I just rolled a 16 on an insight check. I'd like to see, is he trying to basically like reverse psychology us right now?
Probably
or like
not.
What's his...
From what you can tell, he's probably being genuine.
Okay.
He's all, I've seen plenty of people take this potion and watch it destroy their lives. I'm trying to do you a favor, son. I mean,
this just became like an anti-drug commercial.
This is great.
Yeah, say no to drugs.
Half the battle.
No, I think Dempsey's like, you've made your point. I've seen the same thing. These guys walking around gyms with their little bag of donuts and their watered down coffee. They should have never put those needles in their arms. I'm not doing it. You're right.
You know, if you're going to lose, then lose like a man. And if you win, know you did it on your own steam.
Next up, as a trainer in Rocky, your trusted DM, Brian.
Actually, Dempsey. Gold doubloon, baby.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Well played.
Save that for the fight.
That's right. That's for saying no to drugs.
Look, Zen
as everybody else should.
Oh. Yes.
We'll take your healing potions. If you like, if I do have some time tonight, we can have a conversation about the ring. But very much like that potion, it's not going to be something you want.
Oh, I personally don't want it. I just have a rather exclusive collection. It wouldn't be for sale.
Which means
either.
that you want it.
Not to be wearing, though.
Very well. I'll pay for one of the potions. And
Valadier will pay for one as well.
Okay.
I'd like to have one on my person this time when we're in a fight in case I have to, quick access.
Hold on a second.
For myself or somebody else. Yeah.
Keep one just in case I get knocked out. That way there's one on my body.
Would you say 50, Brian? Or 100?
100 each.
Okay. Sorry. Let's go see Flint.
As we leave, and if Dempsey says, let's go see Flint, I'm going to say, do we want to visit the temple first?
Perhaps not. I have yes, the temple, and I have one other. I have one other request. Zenmei, if you may indulge me, is there any place here in town that has makeup or wigs or anything that may alter your appearance?
Maybe Sestina's hides. It would probably be the only thing I could suggest. She sells a lot of clothing and hats and attire like that. Maybe that might be your best bet.
You happen to know the address?
I do. It is that would be 13 Tula's Walk.
Tula's Walk.
I think Dempsey's going to pull Valadier behind and Warren a little bit, and he's just going to be like, you think we can convince him to dress up as a woman?
I think it'd be a good bet. No one would expect it.
I mean, if you change your sex, they're not going to be they're looking for a guy, right? So we get, you get a dress.
Aren't you the one that's trying to avoid hiding? Or
both are. Yeah.
Perhaps we dress you up too.
Little stab Riding Hood.
Everybody's going in drag tonight.
Yeah. This is gonna be like Tu Wong Fu, baby.
I nod to Zenmei. Thank you for the information, and we appreciate you being honest with us. Thank you.
Anytime, just do your best out there, guys.
Like we're going off to like fight World War III out here. This is awesome.
Getting prepped.
Yeah, like the whole city's like, we're pulling for you. Free pizza when you get back.
Next stop.
Next stop is, do you want to go?
Temple. Do the temple.
The dress shop,
Oh,
right?
we are going to the temple or
Oh,
the hide store.
The
Okay,
hide store was
Guys,
yeah, we can do disguise after the temple, or well, actually no, because we're right here.
Yeah, the hide store is right next to us. So
Okay, yeah, let's go to 13 Tula's Walk. We'll head that way.
All right, well, and that is where we will pick it up next session.
Oh, gotta wait a week to dress and drag.
All right, exactly. Next week is drag night.
you're not the only one. It's ladies' night, baby.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We've also got a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over there and hit that like bell, and don't forget to subscribe. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to check us out and look for us out there. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com, or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can also download the current show directly and view our archives and galleries. We got a lot of interesting stuff posted there, so head on over. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So, until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.